question. Member from Newmarket, Aurora.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Speaker, I have here two reports issued by the Auditor General. The first one is dated October 2009, and it relates to the e-health scandal. The second one is the Auditor General's report of this past week relating to the Ornge scandal. The similarities, Speaker, are striking. In fact, the Auditor General could have used the same template for each of these reports, because in both reports, the Auditor General issues a scathing indictment of the Ministry of Health for failing to exercise its oversight over the Ministry of Health. I want to know from the Premier why, in the case of the e-health scandal, was the former Minister of Health required to step down, and why does he insist on protecting the current Minister of Health?
Premier, Social Services. Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, as I mentioned, this Wednesday, the Public Accounts Committee will begin its hearings into the Ornge situation. There will be an opportunity for members to question the Auditor General, beginning with him, and other witnesses on relevant.
Order. Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I also think there will be an opportunity at the committee meeting to discuss about what all members of this legislature knew about the Ornge situation.
Order. Order, please. Order, please. Thank you. Order, please. Order, please. I will begin to identify individual members.
Perhaps, Mr. Speaker, at the committee they can look into the activities of the member for Whitby-Oshawa, Mr. Speaker, who we discovered on May the 19th was briefed by Ornge on all of their operations and was given an 18-page deck outlining all aspects of their operations, including many ones that were continued in controversy. Mr. Speaker, what did the honourable member do with that information? Well, Mr. Speaker,
Supplementary question, the member from Newmarket, Aurora.
Government's responsibility.
Speaker, my question was for the Premier, and it speaks to the Premier's leadership role and responsibility in this province. My question was very straightforward. Why is one Minister of Health required to step aside for affairs and the lack of oversight at the Ministry of Health, and why does he protect the current minister? Instead of answering that question, the Premier hides behind his House Leader, who doesn't answer the question because it's not his role to answer the question. I would ask the Premier, will he at least have the courage to explain to the people of this province why he is failing in his leadership role?
Thank you. Government House Leader. Be seated, please. Please be seated. Thank you. Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, as I said, I look forward to the committee hearings when perhaps the member from Whitby-Oshawa or other representatives can explain that when she received the information—
Member from Prince Edward Hastings will come to order. The member from Leeds-Grenville will come to order.
Mr. Speaker, perhaps they'll explain why the member for Whitby-Oshawa—
The member from Prince Edward Hastings will get a warning next time.
Nothing, that is, Mr. Speaker, except to lobby the Ministry of Health to have an orange base established in her riding, Mr. Speaker, a lobby which, in fact, was successful to the point where she was able to attend a press conference in July and have a flashy picture done of her with an orange helicopter that I would be happy to...
The member knows that that would be classified as a prop and it's not accepted in this House. New question?